Collision course. 2 warships, 1 disputed sea, nobody yields. April 9th, 2026, 09:14 local time, South China Sea, 180 nautical miles southeast of Hainan Island. International waters by most definitions. Chinese territorial waters by Beijing's 9-line claim. HMS Queen Elizabeth, Royal Navy aircraft carrier. Displacement 65,000 tons. Length 280 meters. Crew 1,600. Air Wing F-35B Lightning II stealth fighters. The carrier is conducting freedom of navigation operation, asserting right of passage through disputed waters. Standard Western posture. Routine, except nothing is routine here anymore. Plan Nanchang, People's Liberation Army Navy. Type 055 destroyer. China's most advanced surface combatant. Displacement 13,000 tons. Length 180 meters. Crew 310. Armament 112 vertical launch cells carrying missiles that can strike ships, aircraft, or land targets within 600 kilometers. The destroyer shadows the British carrier. Close, aggressive, deliberate intimidation. 2 crews watch each other through binoculars. Bridge-to-bridge distance 800 meters. In naval terms, that's knife-fighting range. Radio exchanges, professional but tense. British officer, maintain safe distance per Colreg's maritime law. Chinese officer, you are operating in Chinese waters, alter your course. Neither ship changes heading, both maintain speed. This is the game, test of nerve, battle of wills. Except at 09:14, someone miscalculates. HMS Queen Elizabeth begins turn to starboard. Standard course adjustment. Normal navigation. Plan Nanchang crosses the carrier's bow. Aggressive maneuver, cutting in front. Too close, way too close. The carrier can't stop. 65,000 tons at 18 knots. Doesn't brake like a car. Physics are unforgiving. Officers shout. Alarms sound. Both ships trying to avoid collision. Not enough time. Not enough space. Impact. The destroyer's bow strikes the carrier's port side. Glancing blow. Not head-on, but 13,000 tons hitting 65,000 tons at combined closing speed of 35 knots creates massive force. Metal screams. Hulls buckle. Deck plates deform. Crew members thrown off their feet. No explosion, no fire, but significant damage to both vessels. 2 of the world's most advanced warships just crashed into each other. 1 collision, 2 nations. Global crisis erupts instantly. This is Red Sea Doctrine principle applied to the South China Sea. When great powers compete for control, even accidents become weapons. The immediate aftermath. 09:15. Both ships separate. Damage assessment begins. HMS Queen Elizabeth. 15-meter gash along portside hull. Above waterline. No flooding. Flight deck unaffected, but the carrier's hull structure compromised. Several compartments evacuated. Minor injuries reported. 12 crew members treated for cuts and bruises. 1 fractured arm. The carrier can still operate but needs dock time for repairs. Plan Nanchang. Bow section severely damaged. Anchor well crushed. Forward vertical launch cells possibly compromised. Radar mast bent. The destroyer's damage is more severe. Forward compartments taking water. Crew works frantically to seal breaches. Injuries, 8 personnel, 2 serious. 1 crew member with suspected spinal injury. Both ships establish communications. Not friendly, accusatory. British, your vessel crossed our bow in violation of maritime safety rules. Chinese, your carrier entered Chinese territorial waters. You caused this collision through illegal presence. Both sides immediately blame each other. Recording devices on both ships captured everything. Video footage, radar tracks, communications logs. Both nations will claim their evidence proves the other's fault. Satellite imagery captures the moment. Commercial satellites overhead. Real-time footage. Within 2 hours, images circulate online. Grainy but clear enough. 2 warships. Obvious collision. Visible damage. The incident can't be hidden, can't be downplayed. It's happening in full view. Would you believe this was an accident or calculated intimidation gone wrong? This is the question that defines the next 72 hours. The political explosion. Beijing's response comes fast. Ministry of Foreign Affairs statement at 10:30 local time. British aircraft carrier violated Chinese sovereignty. Dangerous maneuvers caused collision. UK must cease provocations in Chinese waters. Full investigation demanded. Reparations expected. The language is harsh, uncompromising, designed for domestic audience. Nationalist sentiment in China runs high on South China Sea issues. London's response follows at 04:45 GMT. HMS Queen Elizabeth was exercising freedom of navigation in international waters. Chinese destroyer conducted unsafe maneuver resulting in collision. UK demands China respect maritime law. Incident under investigation. 2 competing narratives. Both claim victimhood. Both demand accountability. Neither will back down. Washington issues statement supporting UK position. Paris echoes support. Australia, Japan, and South Korea express concern. New Delhi calls for de-escalation but notes freedom of navigation importance. Moscow and Tehran side with Beijing. Predictable blocs form. UN Security Council called into emergency session. That achieves nothing except more statements. United States announces USS Ronald Reagan carrier strike group altering course towards South China Sea. To ensure regional stability, China responds by deploying additional naval assets from Hainan. 3 more destroyers, 2 frigates. Submarine activity increases. Both sides reinforce. Deterrence or escalation depends who you ask. Commercial shipping companies receive alerts. South China Sea transit risks elevated. Some vessels reroute, some accept risk. Insurance premiums spike 120% for the region. $5 billion in daily trade flows through these waters. Disruption costs mount immediately. Who controls this sea? A, the nation with the most ships. B, the nation willing to risk the most. C, nobody, because both claim everything. Right now, the answer is C, and that's the recipe for more collisions. The investigation battle. Both nations launch investigations. UK Ministry of Defence establishes inquiry board. Royal Navy officers, independent maritime experts, review all evidence, timeline reconstruction, determine fault. Their preliminary finding: Chinese destroyer violated Colreg's Rule 15, crossing situation where vessels should pass port to port. Nanchang crossed starboard to starboard, cutting across Queen Elizabeth's bow. Chinese vessel at fault. China's Maritime Safety Administration conducts parallel investigation. PLA Navy officers, government-selected experts. Their finding: British carrier entered Chinese territorial waters without permission, conducted aggressive turn that forced Nanchang into defensive maneuver. UK vessel at fault. 2 investigations, 2 opposite conclusions. Both claim objective analysis, both supported by selected evidence. International Maritime Organization reviews incident. Neutral Swiss Maritime Safety Board examines available data. Their assessment released 3 weeks later. Both vessels contributed to collision conditions. Queen Elizabeth's course change timing was late. Nanchang's crossing maneuver was too aggressive. Contributing factors: high operational tempo in disputed waters, inadequate communication, mutual mistrust, fault shared. That conclusion satisfies nobody. UK claims vindication because Chinese maneuver was too aggressive. China claims vindication because British timing was late. The neutral finding becomes ammunition for both sides. Meanwhile, satellite footage gets analyzed by independent experts, naval warfare specialists, former officers, academic researchers. Their consensus: the collision was avoidable. Both ships had opportunities to alter course earlier. Neither took sufficient action. Pride and political pressure overrode safety. The truth is uncomfortable. Two professional navies nearly started a war over who yields first. According to maritime sources, similar near misses occur monthly in South China Sea. Most don't result in collision. Both sides usually back down at the last moment. This time, nobody blinked. That's the terrifying part. Next time, will somebody fire weapons instead of just colliding? Is this the start of a wider naval confrontation? Comment Y or N, the damage assessment. 2 weeks later, full damage reports emerge. HMS Queen Elizabeth. Repair cost estimated at $85 million, requires dry dock time in Singapore. 6 weeks minimum. The carrier's Indo-Pacific deployment extended involuntarily. Cannot return to UK until repairs complete. Operational capability reduced. Flight operations continue, but hull integrity compromised. The ship needs careful handling in rough seas. Plan Nanchang. Repair cost estimated at $120 million. Requires return to Dalian shipyard. 8 weeks repair timeline. The destroyer's bow section must be rebuilt. Forward weapon systems offline. The ship is combat ineffective until repairs complete. More significant, the Type 05 destroyer was flagship of South Sea Fleet. Removing it from service creates capability gap. China must deploy replacement vessel. That's strategic impact beyond just repair costs. Both nations lose face. UK suffered damage despite operating a $3.2 billion carrier with full escort group. China's most advanced destroyer crippled by collision with vessel it was supposed to intimidate. Propaganda on both sides tries spinning the incident positively. Neither side succeeds convincingly. The real damage: strategic trust. Every future encounter in South China Sea now carries collision memory. Commanders will be more cautious or more aggressive to prove they won't back down again. The incident either deters future close encounters or makes them more dangerous. Probably the latter. Regional consequences. ASEAN nations watch nervously. Singapore offers repair facilities to UK. Pragmatic, profitable. Philippines issues statement supporting freedom of navigation. Vietnam stays quiet. They have territorial disputes with China too. Indonesia calls for code of conduct enforcement. Malaysia suggests international maritime patrols. Nobody wants war, but nobody wants to yield territory or principles either. Japan announces increased maritime self-defense force activity. 3 destroyers deploy to Philippine Sea. A monitoring regional security. South Korea enhances naval readiness. 2 Aegis destroyers conduct exercises with U.S. Navy. Routine cooperation. India accelerates Andaman Islands naval base development. Strategic infrastructure. Every nation uses the collision as justification for military measures they wanted anyway. Taiwan watches with particular concern. If Chinese destroyers ram British carriers, what prevents them ramming Taiwanese vessels? The island's naval forces increase alert levels. Australia commits to additional South China Sea transits. Freedom of navigation must be defended. That means more Western warships in disputed waters. That means more Chinese vessels shadowing them. That means more opportunities for collision. The cycle intensifies. Commercial shipping lanes become more congested with military vessels. Civilian captains navigate between warships playing chicken. Risk to merchant vessels increases. Several shipping companies announce South China Sea surcharges, pass costs to customers. Global supply chains absorb another price increase. Inflation ticks up slightly. Consumers in London and Los Angeles won't connect higher prices to a naval collision 6,000 miles away, but the connection exists. This is how maritime conflicts affect daily life. Gradually, invisibly, inevitably. What breaks next? Diplomatic relations, another ship, or the fragile peace, the repair period. May 15th, HMS Queen Elizabeth enters Singapore dry dock. Shipyard workers begin hull repairs. British crew remains aboard, frustrated, embarrassed, ready to sail, but stuck. The carrier becomes tourist attraction, visible symbol of Sino-British tensions. Photos circulate online, memes emerge. World's most expensive fender bender. May 22nd, Nanchang returns to Dalian. State media shows footage of destroyer entering port, crew lined up on deck, military ceremony, propaganda message. The ship fought for Chinese sovereignty and lived to tell the tale. Nobody mentions the ship needs months of repairs. Diplomatic discussions continue behind scenes. Both nations want to de-escalate. Neither can afford to appear weak. Compromise is impossible without one side accepting blame. Neither will. So instead, both sides agree to learn lessons and improve maritime safety protocols. Translation: nothing changes except both sides are now angrier. NATO issues guidance for operations in disputed waters. Maintain greater separation distances. Improve communications. Escalate command decisions earlier. The guidance won't prevent determined aggressive maneuvers, but it creates paper trail for next time. China updates its own protocols. More explicit instructions for defending sovereignty. More authority for local commanders to take necessary measures. That's concerning. Decentralized escalation authority means junior officers can trigger crises. July 3rd, HMS Queen Elizabeth completes repairs, departs Singapore. Continues Indo-Pacific deployment, reduced speed, careful monitoring of repaired hull section. The carrier joins CSG-21 strike group, resumes operations, but everyone remembers the collision. Future encounters will be tense. July 18th, Plan Nanchang completes repairs, returns to service, deploys to South Sea Fleet, resumes patrols. State media celebrates the destroyer's return. Guardian of Chinese waters returns to duty. The first patrol takes Nanchang back to the same area where collision occurred. Symbolic. Defiant. August 2nd, HMS Queen Elizabeth conducts another freedom of navigation operation. Same waters, different Chinese destroyer shadows. This time distance maintained at 2,000 meters. Professional, careful, lessons learned, temporarily. The doctrine lesson. Red Sea Doctrine teaches, when nations compete for control at sea, normal operations become dangerous. The South China Sea represents maximum maritime competition, overlapping territorial claims, strategic resources, critical shipping lanes, great power rivalry. In that environment, every naval encounter carries collision risk. Every freedom of navigation operation tests deterrence. Every shadowing mission risks miscalculation. The Queen Elizabeth Nanchang collision wasn't inevitable, but it was predictable. Two forces claiming same space, neither yielding. Eventually, physics wins. Ships collide. The miracle is it doesn't happen more often. The danger is it might become more common. If neither side alters behavior, if both continue aggressive posturing, if pride overrides prudence, then collision becomes normality. That's unacceptable. But avoiding it requires one side backing down, and neither will. So the sea remains contested. Ships pass close, commanders sweat, diplomats issue statements, and everyone hopes next time ends differently. Final assessment, 1 collision, 2 warships damaged, 0 casualties. Lucky. 200 million in repairs, 8 weeks of reduced capability, permanent diplomatic scar. The incident proved maritime competition in disputed waters is inherently unstable. One miscalculation, one aggressive maneuver, one moment of hesitation, that's all it takes. Will there be more collisions? Will next time involve weapons fire? Will the South China Sea become an undeclared war zone? These questions haunt naval strategists because the answer might be yes. Subscribe to Red Sea Doctrine, where sea power decides everything. The next carrier is already sailing. The next destroyer is already tracking. The next collision could happen tomorrow. Understanding naval competition means understanding how easily deterrence becomes disaster. Stay informed, stay ahead. Red Sea Doctrine, trade routes, missiles, and war, where even accidents are strategic.